What's up, metalheads? My name is Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here, and welcome to another episode of Versus. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but when I got the Sokoke, I knew I wanted to compare it to the Esprit. This is the Civivi Sokoke Ray Laconico design. This is the Wiha Esprit Ray Laconico design. Both are thumb stud deployment and front flippers. Basically made by the same company. This is a budget knife at $65. This is a premium knife at $220. This is 14C28N. This is 20CV. This is a 3¼ inch blade. This is a 3.35 inch blade. This one is a liner lock. This one is a frame lock. This pocket clip has been replaced. The original pocket clip is more like this, but it's titanium and it kind of pokes up. And I have an overview of this knife, and that pocket clip was poking me in my hand a lot. So this is not my knife. Craig replaced that clip with an aftermarket clip. There's tons of options to replace the clip, so that's not a big deal on that knife. Both are great knives, but if you're eyeing the Esprit, but it's out of your price range, I highly recommend checking out the Sokoke. Now, if I could go back and do it again, I think I would have bought the linen micarta version with the stonewash blade. I wanted the black blade, so I decided I'd give this burlap micarta a try. I'm not a big fan of this burlap micarta here. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like burlap micarta. I don't know. I think there's too much resin in it or something. It's not bad. It's just not what I expected. Action-wise, these knives are very, very similar. As you can tell, I mean, obviously you can tell they're designed by the same guy. Just look at them. And if you don't know, he will be sure to let you know, right? He'll always let you know. But yeah, action-wise, this one's kind of surprising me. It surprised me on this. All deployment methods are better on the Sokoke than they are on the Esprit. The Esprit is not bad. And I think a lot of that has to do with the Sokoke is a liner lock instead of a frame lock. And I think you just get better action, smoother action on a liner lock than you do a frame lock. Although this knife is a hair bigger, it's also like a hair lighter weight. Also, this Sokoke is 3.52 ounces, and the Esprit is 3.65 ounces, so almost identical in weight, almost identical in size. The Esprit is noticeably thinner, as you can see there. It's quite a bit thinner, which some people may like. I mean, it makes it nice carry in your pocket. Feels good in hand, really does feel good in hand. I think this feels better in hand because of the thickness. Yeah, I just think this feels, and maybe it's the material also, it just feels better in hand. The action's the one that surprised me the most. I thought the action would be better on the Wiha Esprit. And the Wiha Esprit's good. It really is good. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad at all. But this is better. And that's more broken in than this knife is. This is still fairly new. But I think, again, it has to do with that liner lock versus frame lock. You just get smoother action. Better ergonomics on this knife, smoother action on this knife. Lock bar is much better on this knife. It's very comfortable here. Get good access to it, and it's extremely comfortable and buttery smooth. The Esprit, one of my original complaints, and it's still a complaint to this day, is that even though they've chamfered it right there, this edge right here at the top, it's pretty sharp, and there's not a whole lot of space here. So when you go in there, you got to kind of push in pretty hard, and it's kind of sharp. If you're just going to use it like a normal human, it's probably not going to be an issue for you. But if you like to fidget, it definitely does become a hot spot on my thumb, pressing that in multiple times. It makes me not want to really fidget with this one too much because of that. The front flipper action, it's another complaint I had about this knife in my original overview. They definitely should have done some better jimping. You got 3 little jimps there. If you hit high, you're going to slip off. If you're even slightly low, you're going to miss it. Once you know where to hit it, you can hit it. Don't get me wrong. It's not terrible, but it could be so much better. You can do all the tricks, right? Yeah, it's pretty good, but this is much better. Much easier to deploy in every form, and it just feels smoother. The blade feels freer. I guess the best way to explain it, just feels looser. It's not loose, it's rock solid, don't get me wrong. It just feels better. Every deployment method feels better. And I think a lot of that has to do with the liner lock. So, but yeah, if you want the Esprit, it's not in your price range, and you want an alternative to the Esprit, check out the Sokoke. There are a few different variations, a couple micarta versions. I think there's even a G10 version. The linen micarta is probably the one I'd recommend with the stonewash blade. Yeah, it would be a great filler until you get your get the Esprit, the one you want. So both are pretty good knives. I don't have anything to complain about on this one other than I don't like that micarta. This one I got a couple complaints. They're still here to this day. Pocket clip is no longer on it, but it's definitely not the best. And that lock bar I'm not a big fan of. And the jimping should be much better in that front flipper. So and honestly, the jimping on this front flipper could be better too. It could be much better, more fine, like Vasti does. This is what we want on our front flippers, right? It works so much better. It feels so much better. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Both of these are great knives. Couldn't go wrong with either one. But yeah, I actually think the budget knife is better than the premium knife. They're not the same model, I get that. But I think this is a better knife than this knife, action and ergo-wise. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.